What surprised me most about the gathering, I think, was how up close and intimate it was. It was a very small group of people. I mean, when I say small, I'm saying 50 to 100 people. But when you're in a space with only that many people, it's really surprising how much time you really do get to spend with the presenters, with the speakers, and with other members of the gathering, and how many people you actually do get the opportunity to know and speak with and learn from.
It's just taking this new world of what you're getting from these novels, these series, these books, and putting it on a broader perspective. These authors come, they're writing books, they're presenting to you, they're speaking to you personally about how they feel, what moves them to write, and how they take their perspective, their feelings, their honesty, and put it into literature, whether it's nonfiction or fiction. And it parallels any type of scenario that goes on in a lot of very mainstream literature.
Can you tell us what kind of events you have planned and who's going to be speaking or presenting at the gathering this year?
Well, we are starting out with the residency for the whole time that we're at the gathering of the Tibetan Buddhist lamas from the Drepung Losling monastery, and they will actually lead us from the opening event. They're doing the invocation by consecrating a place where they will create a mandala, a sand painting, that they will be working on during the entire 3 days, and people can go by and watch them work on this. We also have a meditation room with a labyrinth and a place where you can go and think about what you've heard, think about what you're doing there, what your participation means to you. And yoga will be available every day. We have some extraordinary speakers. There is Diane Ackerman, who's one of my favorite writers. She's a poet and a nonfiction writer primarily. She will be talking about her work in the context of living on the earth mindfully. And that's really basically a theme that she writes about frequently. We have the Russian poet Ilya Kaminsky, whose family are immigrants from Russia, and he is just an extraordinarily inspiring, luminescent personality. He is just moving to be in his presence. He is really a very charismatic personality. Trevi Johnson, who is the leader of Spiritual Quests, is going to talk to us about seizing the moment, living life as close to the edge as you can get and being productive with it. We have a young adult author who has written about a lot. She is a Buddhist. Whitney Stewart is her name. She has written biographies of several world-famous Buddhist figures, including Sir Edmund Hillary, whom she trekked with in Nepal right after she got out of graduate school. She wrote a biography of the Buddha. It's called Becoming Buddha for young people. She has written a biography of the Dalai Lama, of Deng Xiaoping, the Chinese communist leader, and also more recently Aung San Suu Kyi, the leader of Burma, formerly Burma, now Myanmar. So we have a lot of really interesting, diverse speakers.
And the monks will be there the whole time?
The monks will be there the whole time, and on Friday evening we're staging a special event for the entire community, anybody who wants to come, at the Cultural Center in Scranton.
I think what has stayed with me is that whenever the gathering is over and I leave to go back home to New York City, I feel inspired. I feel inspired not just about writing or literature or reading, because I think the gathering is much more than just a conference about writing or reading. Or the gathering is more about important questions facing all of us as human beings and how we conduct our lives. And I think that that over the years, with the changing themes, it's become more and more apparent that the gathering is a useful tool, not just to help you become a writer or to become something in some small way related to what we do here, but it's really a great way to learn how to be a better person. There are diverse workshops. There are workshops on art. There are workshops on yoga. There are workshops, different kinds of writing, poetry, memoir. I think we've had in the past. You can also do workshop. I did an art workshop. I created a sculpture. I'm not the, that's probably the thing that I'm the least talented in is art. But I thought, what the heck? I'll give it a shot in a non-threatening environment, and it was amazing. I had so much fun, and I created a piece of art that still sits on my shelf at home.
Of course, they give you the vibes like, would you just sit there and read the whole time? And like, no, there's groups, there's different events you can attend to. There's writing workshops. Bill Black had this character that you love to hate characterization class that really spoke out, not being blatant with the character, but building up the reasons why you dislike this character, but you just want to keep learning more about him. I am looking forward to seeing familiar faces, interacting with everybody again, and building new relationships, building stronger relationships, as I just said, meeting new friends, and seeing where this one leads.
Every year it seems to become a more cohesive group, and at the same time there are more people and lots of new people, so it's kind of fun to see people finding what they have in common and inspiring each other. I think that may be the most moving part of all about the gathering, is how not only the speakers inspire the people who come as participants, but how they inspire each other with their work in the workshops and just in conversation. It's a very moving experience.